Hi, thank you so much for working out with me today. I have a lot of express workouts on my website because I know a lot of us are limited on time, and it's better to do 10 minutes of a workout than to no workout. So this is one of those express workouts. You'll be working with the OOV, and if you do not have the OOV, bring a mini ball with you. You can do the whole workout with a mini ball. If you're working with the OOV, I do recommend a rolled up towel or a pad for under the neck because you're a little bit elevated, so you don't want to have your head way back. So you have a little bit of support for the neck. All right, let's go ahead and lay down and get started. For you, those of you working on the mini ball, just lay down on the floor. We will get started with the mini ball in a second. So if you've got the OOV, you're going to sit right on top of it and then lay all the way back and find a nice position. If you have the mini ball, go ahead and put the mini ball underneath your tailbone. So you're going to lift those hips up and put that mini ball underneath the tailbone. Let's go ahead and lift the legs into tabletop and find a nice position. So whether you're on the OOV or you're on the mini ball, you should be able to come to tabletop and not feel that you're tucked through the tailbone and not feel that you're arched through the back. So if you're feeling either one of those two, please change your positioning on the ball or the OOV until you feel comfortable. We're going to start with those elbows glued into the mat, fingers facing the ceiling, shoulders down the back, ribs in, abs in. Take your right leg, reach it long, and then pull it back in. Take your left leg, reach it long, and pull it back in. Good. So we're just reaching one leg out and in, and then the other leg out and in. The lower your base of support, which means the less that's touching anything, the harder it's going to be. So the OOV is a little bit harder than the mini ball in that it's going up the middle of the back. So the middle of the back is not on a stable surface to support you. It is also on an unstable surface. So that OOV just adds a little bit more extra. A little extra. Let's add a little extra still. So when your right leg goes out, maybe shoot that left arm up. And when your left leg goes out, shoot your right arm up. So you have now only one arm giving you a little base of support, while the other arm is lifting up high. Nice job. Just alternating right and left for the moment. I like to focus on my abdominals engaging, almost like I'm trying to pull my corset on tight and take my belly button back and press it into the OOV or the ball. Good. Now bring both legs to tabletop. Both arms are going to stay down for now. Shoot both legs long and pull both legs in. If you need this easier, take the arms out to a T, and that's going to give you more of a base of support. So I've got my arms kind of at a T or a low V holding. If you want this harder, you can let your elbows just hover. So they're little, almost like training wheels when you're learning to bike. They're there if you need them, but you don't necessarily have to use them. Again, this is going to be harder on the OOV than the mini ball. Mini ball, you might even bring your hands to your heart with no elbows. Definitely not going to do that with the OOV. Maybe. No, not today. All right, so you've got a kind of a little bit of help with those elbows as you're going out and in with your legs. Let's go ahead and bring the legs up to the ceiling and do a straight leg variation. Single leg, right leg goes down, left stays up, and then let's switch it. Little windshield wipers. So when your right leg goes up, your left arm can go up. And when your left arm goes up, your right leg goes up. Basically doing the opposite, arm and leg. Nice work. And again, if you're on the mini ball and you're not feeling enough challenge, keep both arms up. So the OOV is a lot harder. They're both hard, but for me at least, the OOV requires a little more base of support, a little more help, but they're both great tools. Now after one more each side, bring both legs up to the ceiling. I'm bringing both arms down. Do a little V, heels together, toes apart. If you need a diamond position, that's totally fine. That's going to be a little better on the hamstrings. But I'm going to keep my legs straight and start to lower them down and lift them up. Again, you've got those elbows down if you need them. Be honest with yourself. Don't go so far down that you're arching your back. Everything in the powerhouse, that's that Pilates box from shoulder to hip. If you were to draw a box, it's going to stay stable. Your Pilates box is stable and you're just moving your legs. 3 more. 2 more. This is our last exercise in this position, and then we're coming up. 1 more. Good work. Pull the knees into your chest to give yourself a hug. Now, to get out of the oof, I like to kind of slide it out from underneath me and roll to the mat. That just feels most comfortable for me. And if you've got the mini ball, just pop it out from underneath your tailbone. Give yourself a little hug. Pull the knees in. Let's come up and switch our position. Okay, if you're working with a mini ball, I'd like for you to just put the mini ball kind of right at the middle of the back. And if you're working with the oov, you're going to sit facing away from the oov on the seat. Your feet are going to be about sits bones distance apart, and you're reaching your arms in front of you. So if you got the mini ball, just make sure it's wedged into your back. You're going to roll down, down, down over the mini ball or the oov, and then roll up. Just don't roll off the mini ball if you're working with a mini ball. You're rolling yourself down and over the oov or ball, and you're rolling yourself right back up. Rolling down and rolling back up. The higher up on the neck of the oov you are, the less support you're going to get. So if you need more support on your back, scoot forward so that you have more of the oov behind you. More of the oov behind you. Hold your next one back. I'm going to slide my hips a little forward to give more of the oov behind me. And then I want you to take your arms down by your sides with your palms up. You're going to alternate your right rib going to your right hip, and then your left rib going to your left hip. So it's a little right rib to hip and a left rib to hip. Right rib to hip and left rib to hip. Doing this little lateral flexion of your spine to work your abs. You've got 4 more to go. Here's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take the hands behind your head. If you can, your right leg's going to lift a table. If that's too much, keep it down. You're going to go over your ball or the oov and then come right up. Go over the ball and back up. Now here's a little trick if you're having a hard time on the oov. Take your left foot a little farther out to the left. A wider base of support is going to give you more stability. Keep that leg in if you need less support. Again, remember on the oov, nothing is touching the floor, so it's a good one. 3 more. 2 more. Hold your next one up. Rotate to the right. You can hold here or bring the left arm to the right knee. Do little pulses up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. Make sure if you're on the ball, you're in a good position. It should feel comfortable. If you need the ball higher up, take it higher up. Just like I moved down on the oov, you might want to move in a different position on the ball so it's giving you enough support for your head, neck, and shoulders. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Great work. Leg down, left hand behind the head. All right, the tricky side for me. Let's try to lift the left leg. I'm going to shimmy that right leg out for support. Just this is enough. And then we're going to add that extension over the oov or ball and back up. Extend over the oov or ball. Good. So you may want that ball right between your shoulder blades at this point. That might be the best place. Again, do what works for you, but make sure that you can go over the ball. You feel some support. If it's not feeling good, it just might be the ball in the wrong place. 3, 2. Hold your next one up. I'm struggling with this one. It's okay. Turn your torso to the left, and then you can stay here or take the right arm to the knee. Little pulses, little pulses. I think my abs might be a little sore after today. We'll see. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot down, lay over the ball or the oov, give yourself a stretch. And then let's make our way all the way up. All right, we're going to lay a sideline on the oov. So I want your left hip to be on the neck of the oov, and then you're draping your body over the oov. If you're working the mini ball, put the mini ball underneath your left rib cage. Your left hand's going to go across your heart. Your right hand will be on your right leg. Your spine's long. You're looking right out in front of you. Think right rib. Pull it to your right hip and bring it down. Pull your right rib to your right hip and bring it down. The right leg lifted is going to give you more challenge. So you're going up, 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 and down. Make sure you're not using this left arm, or you can use it if you need to, but if you're trying to find more challenge, that's one thing to make sure of, that you're not using that arm too much and you're using just your right obliques. 2 more. Hold your next one at the top. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6. It's not big. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come all the way up and turn to the other side. I'm going to have my right hip in the neck of the oov and my body laying over the oov. If you're on the ball, it's going to go right at your rib cage. Cross your right arm over your heart. Your left leg is long and your left hand's on your left leg. Everything square to the front. Lift up, resist down. And lift up and resist down. Use your breath. Don't underestimate the power of your breath. Just by exhaling, you're working your abs. So exhale deeper. Little exhales. You're doing amazing. 3 more to go. You've got 3. You've got 2. Hold your next one up. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come all the way up. All right, we have time for just one more thing. We're going to be working into some bridging. So I want the oov facing neck away from you. If you have the mini ball, bring it with you. We're going to be laying down with the feet on the oov or feet on the mini ball. You're laying back onto your back for some bridging. A little wider feet is more base of support. Narrow feet is narrow, less support. Arms can be to the ceiling as you lift your hips up and lower down. Arms to the ceiling is most challenge. I went right for the most challenge. Your options are hands down, arms bent with the elbows supporting you, maybe one leg arm lifted, or 2 arms lifted. Now I know this is a little bit of glute work, but bridges are very, very much core. Your entire pelvic girdle has to work. The stability through your spine. 3 more. And 2 more. And hold the next one up. You're going to hold it up here. Little squeezes at the bottom. Up an inch, down an inch. Up an inch, down an inch. Go for 3. Go for 2. Go for 1 and rest. Put your left foot in the center of the oov or the ball. You might have to slide over a little bit. It's easier for me to slide than move my oov. Right leg to the ceiling. Again, arms up, elbows down or arms down. I'm going to lift straight up and back down. This might be the exercise that has the ball being harder than the oov. You'll have to let me know. This one is pretty hard on the oov, but I feel like it might be more challenge. I haven't done this one in a long time on the ball. 3, 2. Hold your next one up. We're going to hold it up. Your arms can be down, middle, or up. Take the right leg to the right. If the left arm is up, bring it to the left and bring it back together. This lateral motion of the right leg going right and left arm going left challenges your core a lot. If this is too much on the ball or the oov, do it with the foot on the floor. 3 and 2 and 1 and release. I'm going to shimmy my body over so that my right foot is on top of the oov and it's in line with my right sitting bone. Left leg to the ceiling, arms where you choose. You're going to lift straight up with the hips, lower to a hover. Lifting straight up and lowering down. Good. Nice job. Last 4 and 3 and 2. When you're up there at the top, I'd like for you to stay up there. Take the right arm to the right and left leg to the left until you feel that challenge in your core. Sweep it back to the center. Try not to let your hips drop as you're reaching the leg to the side. It is not going to be a massively big motion, but it is going to feel like a lot of work. If it is too much with the foot on the oov, please put the foot on the floor. Don't forget your breath. You guys are doing amazing. 3 more and we're done. Here's 3. Here's 2. And 1 and done. Lower the hips, pull your knees in, give yourself a little hug. You can rock side to side and give your back a little massage. Let's roll all the way up. All right, you made it. I know that was a quick one, but when you don't have a lot of time, it's better to do a little workout than no workout. Thanks so much for working out with me. I'll see you soon.